everybody. So cool new knife coming from Sendy. Great little budget option. It's the Sendy Sendy. What's so cool about this knife? One, it's a Ben Peterson design. If you don't know him, look him up. He's an awesome dude. He used to run the big show for Blade HQ's YouTube videos, YouTube channel, and putting out all the new knives coming in at Blade HQ. Him and Zach's got his own channel called Zach in the Wild. Ben has a, I don't think does he have his own channel? Let me look it up here. No, it's just he's got it on Sendy's channel. So on Sendy's channel, he did a video explaining, and it's an again excellent video. Ben's really professionally stellar when he does his videos, but he did a video explaining all the key things about the knife and why and all his thought process in the design and everything, and the inspiration for the design. It's a really cool video. I'm gonna hit just a couple of key points, but I would love for you to highly recommend for you to go watch his video. It's cool. He's got some great footage of using it out in the wild. In fact, he even cuts an apple that he ended up rolling down the damn hill because it fell out of his pack. But yeah, so he uses it to slice up an apple, or what's left of the apple after it fell down the hill. But yeah, so he does a great video explaining the different aspects of the knife itself and why it's designed the way that it's designed, and he does discuss where the name came from and why it's named the Sendy. It comes from the phrase "send it," and unfortunately it is named that because he originally wanted the name of it to be Cedar, and that's why there's a wood version, which is my preference out of the 3 different fit and finish models that you can choose from. But I like the wood one. The wood is classy. It's very outdoorsy, and that's totally my jam if you don't know me already. And then the other thing, and the main reason why I got it, was so interested in this knife, is because he chose for one of the models, one of the versions, to put a spade point blade on it. This is a really cool blade shape, and I hope that he sparks the knife community and the knife manufacturing world to bring this blade shape back into the realm of blade shapes, popular blade shapes, because it is an excellent blade shape. I absolutely love that it gives you such, for the length of the knife and the blade itself, you get so much straight edge, but then you get that little bit of a curve, and you get a nice little cute tip that's parallel with the pivot. So for making those little precision cuts, you're not having to angle your wrist too terribly far, but it gives a very, very nice, very strong tip. Very good, strong tip, yet still maintaining a relatively thin blade altogether, still making it rather slicey and an absolute beaut to use for slicing fruit or whatever small culinary cuts that you may need to use. So of course he's got his get it back in frame here and focus. And Ben's got his "What is up, guys?" signature logo mark on the blade. It's in Nitro V steel, which Sendy does do a stand-up job with. Great steel, and they do a great job with it. Let me explain and tell you what went on, why I have 2 of them. These are the 2 that I bought, and the reason why I bought both of these is because, for one, I wanted this Bay Point blade. I really, really like that blade and wanted that blade in this knife. Unfortunately, sadly, the only model, the only version of this knife that they put that Bay Point blade on was the black G10 handled one. So that's why I had to buy both. I wanted the wood handle, but I wanted this Bay Point blade. So I bought both and clearly took this Bay Point blade off of the black one and swapped it out and put it on the wood handled one. Now, Ben explained in his video that you must watch, again, I'm strongly encouraged, the original name that he wanted to call this knife was the Cedar, but apparently Civivi did their run with their legal team and found out that that could not be the chosen name for the knife, and Ben was a little upset about that because of the fact that the inspiration for the knife and his idea, his envision for the handles and the way the handles are done, they are textured, and I doubt that the camera is going to pick it up all. Not too bad, not too bad. So there is some micro milling on the handles, and it's actually done much nicer, much more pronounced on the G10. You can really see it on the G10. It's more subtle on the wood scales, which kind of is, I don't understand that one. Maybe it's just mine because, you know, production runs, you don't get everything, you know, totally perfect on every single piece. But anyways, so the idea of the texturing of the handle was to be mimicking your cedar wood when you slice off a piece of cedar in order to smoke some fresh Alaskan salmon, which he does in his video, which is again has a hilarious twist to it. So go watch it. Go watch the video. If I haven't told you already, go watch the video. I'm telling you to go watch his video because it's good. It's really good. So he talks about the plank of cedar to cook your salmon on, and the texture that cedar has with its straight grained parts of it. The southern cedar trees that grow here locally where I live aren't so straight grained. The species of cedar trees that grow here locally with me have a lot more knots in it. And a lot more bends in the branches and stuff, so they're not super straight like the cedar that you get out in the northwest area where Ben lives. You know, his cedar is different from my cedar. All cedar is different. Not every cedar is the same. But so anyways, that's where the inspiration came for the texturing and the finish on the handle scales of this knife. And because of legal reasons, they could not name the knife that. So Ben basically came back to Civivi and said, well, I don't care, send it. He still wanted the knife to be made, even though it couldn't be called what he wanted it to be called. He was like, well, send it anyway. Send it to get made. I'll come up with a name. So then that's where he got Sendy. Sendy is kind of the fun, playful shortening of Send It, I guess. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic knife, and again, if you know Ben, he's very, also his buddy Zach's, and Zach's channel is Zach in the Wild. But so one of the things that the two of them are very, I wouldn't say infatuated with, but they care quite a bit, is multi-tools. They like multi-tools. They like a lot of versatility in your knives and your tools and things that you have in your everyday carry. Ben decided that he wanted on this knife, which is a relatively small knife. The blade's like 2.8 or something inches, so it's a nice smaller, for many people that will be able to fit it in our fifth pocket. I mean, all depending on the pants that you're wearing. But if you have larger fifth pockets, mine has no problems fitting in it. So he incorporated in the back end of the handles, loved the idea of the tweezers and a toothpick / poker tool. So that's what you got. You get these two tools in with incorporated with the knife's handle on the back end, access to them on the back end, and they're done in a way that, you know, it's like, unless you know they're there, you almost don't know that they're there. because, you know, it just slides in and you can still access them pretty easily. The little lip that's there is very feasibly grabby to pull them out without much effort. So yeah, great design plan with that, giving you decent access without being an eyesore or taking away from the ergos of the handle itself. The one thing that I particularly am a little frustrated about, oh, by the way, the flipper. Can you tell how minimalistic of a flipper that is? Look at that. Look at how minimalistic that is. But yet it still it works. It's so snappy. As long as you don't, you know, go half-ass on it. You gotta do full send. The Sendy full send. So you gotta full send that flipper, and it will fly out and pop open every single time. So the gripe that I have is with small knives of this size, the under 3-inch blades, the ones that can go in fifth pockets, you know, smaller in design. And it's not to the Civivi brand, it's not to this knife, it's with everybody's. I very much prefer the not so deep carry, slim profiled milled clips. You know, it doesn't have to be milled titanium, but usually they usually are nowadays. But I prefer that style clip on these size knives, these types of knives. They're the smaller imprint, the lower profile, the better it feels ergonomically in hand. It's just all that less intrusive when you feel it, when you put it in your grip of your hand. And I like just a little bit of that height of the knife handle sticking out of the pocket, so that I have something to really grab when I'm pulling it out of the pocket. It's just easier. It's just a more natural, more smooth out of the pocket when you have that type of pocket clip. Whereas these deep carries, and you know, as you can see, this one is a super deep carry clip. Really makes the whole handle of the thing disappear. So there's really not anything you're having to reach into the pocket to grab the clip as well as the other side of the handle of the knife, and needing to do that, therefore you typically tend to have to make the spacing there of the clip and handle to be a little bit larger. So you get a clip that sticks out further from the handle in order so that it can work properly in clearing through your pants, you know, off your pocket of your pants. I very much prefer, rather than this, if I can hold this guy in a way to that, I prefer the slimmer profile of that style clip over this clip. Thankfully, Civivi makes these clips and sells these clips individually. Purchase off of Amazon. I'll even provide the link for you so that you can purchase these, and they're less than $15, which is really nice. I love the knife. I love the design. I love how well the flipper works. It's just so low profile, and yet it works so damn well. It's just super snappy as long as you go full send. Have to go full send, no half-assing on the flipper. Full send, and it is out there strong and reliably every single time. And the blade shape, love that blade shape. So check it out. Check out the Sendy. Too bad it wasn't able to be called the Cedar, because I think Ben was brilliant with that. And until I see y'all next time, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Peace.